Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-Minute Gamer and welcome to my review of Planet Crafter. I played about 13-14 hours of this now and I was like, you know what, I think it's time to tell more people about this because I've not seen many people talk about it. Before we start though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, smash the like button, and comment below to let me know what you think. This is available on Steam now. It's about 12-13 quid. It's about $15. And I would say it's probably one of my most favorite survival games I've ever played. I've played them all. I love survival games. You know, 7 Days to Die is still possibly the ultimate one up there, but this is so good. I've enjoyed my 13-14 hours with it, and only now is it starting to get a little bit grindy. This game is not grindy at all. It has a really good progression system. I'm also about to run out of oxygen, and I think it handles the movement up really well. It doesn't prolong you too long in just hitting for metal for 5 hours in a row or running around and collecting a million different resources or anything like that. And it's sometimes what happens in survival games. You spend most of your time just hitting trees and collecting stone. You don't get to have any fun. This game isn't like this. I think it dropped you in quite nicely. So what is Planet Crafter? Well, you land on this planet. This planet was nothing like this. The objective is you have to terraform it into a livable planet. You crash land kind of under here. This lake wasn't here. This was a barren wasteland. The sky was dark. Resources were just scattered around here. You can see me start an area. All I had was this ship here. And it was up to me to terraform the land. You can still see I've left a solar panel down there. And all you had was this crafting table, which still works. Wow, underwater crafting table. A thing to tell you what to do. So you had to get to 175,000 Ti. And you had a box with some supplies in. And that is all you had to start your journey. With survival games, you usually have some sort of survivability skill. In this one, it's based on oxygen. There's food, water, and oxygen. You start with about 100 oxygen. So can you see my capsule there? When you start, you're like, you can kind of see that ship, but kind of. You know that ship's up there. You don't know what it is, but you know there's a ship, and you know there's a passage behind you just past there. And it's up to you to work out how far to go and where to go. You can craft the basic things, like you can craft windmills. So we'll just have a look into here. In the beginning, you could build the veg tube T1, drill T1, and a little solar panel, plus the living compartment and the living compartment door with some storage. And it was kind of up to you. There's no real tutorial in this game. You get some messages on the screen that tell you what to do. Now, for 100 oxygen, this area where the lake is was probably about as far as you could get. You couldn't get very far. And what I loved about this game was the exploration side of things. Things felt so far away. Like, it was actually a plan, and you had to really think of where you were going and how you were going to get there and how you were going to get back and what resources you were looking to get to. You'd be like, right, okay, I want to go and get some iron, but that's a lump of iron on the ground. I've just walked past it. Where are you? There. If I wanted to craft at the beginning this living compartment, I only needed 2 iron and a titanium. That's all I needed. I didn't need a mine for hours to get a livable space up. And I mean, there's another iron over there. And I'm sure there'll be something else over here which we could finish that off. I just need some oxygen. That's what I was worried about. I was like, I need oxygen. Oxygen. So yeah, things didn't take ages to come. Food and water. Water was used by getting ice from the floor. Because I've warmed the planet up, there's no ice left anymore. But now I've got things like water collectors over there, and this thing in the lake is collecting water for me. And also resources are getting a little bit rarer because I have resource drills around the planet, which I'll show you in a minute. So materials wise, there are a few key elements to collect, and I'll just show you them over here because there's a few over here. There is magnesium. There is cobalt, there is iron, there is titanium, and all you do to like pick them up is look at them And it's as easy as that. You don't have to like mine underground or anything like that. There is also a few more. The silicon as well, but that can be a bit of a bugger to find. It kind of just hides in places. But they all look slightly different. You also have more advanced resources as well, like inside this cave. So if I come to this thing here, iridium, that's an advanced resource. There's also aluminium out there, which is an advanced resource. There is uranium, which you will find dotted around the planet. There's also these like blue gems, which are really hard to find. And more resources will come as you terraform. There's super alloys to find as well. So you have to go exploring. Now, when you start off at the beginning, you can only eat food, and it's called like, there's like space food. And the only way you can find that is by exploring wrecks. You can't make food at the beginning of the game. So I'll just quickly show you my indoor farm now. So see how this is like kind of growing eggplants and mushrooms and seeds. That's what it looked like when they're fully grown. I didn't have any access to that. I had the space food here. And the only way I could get that was by exploring. And it did it really well, where it gave you enough space food to progress, but not enough where you could just rest on your laurels and stay still. And I really, really like that. So next up, we're going to have a little talk about terraforming, because that's kind of the important thing in the game. So there's 4 key areas to terraforming, and you need to increase each one to get the terraforming going at a quick rate. In the beginning, you'll be like terraforming at such a slow rate. There's oxygen, heat, pressure, and biomass, and things will add to that. So when we started off, I only had a drill T1. You can see that added 0.2 pressures a second. Heater T1 was 0.3 a second, and that added oxygen at 0.15 a second. And then as you go up and increase, you can see they get harder to build, but the increase is quite a bit. So that's 0.15 oxygen a second. This is 1.2. That is 13. Same with the drills, that does 0.2. The one I can build now does 459. And as you terraform, different things will happen. So the ice caps will melt. I put clouds in the sky. That was part of the terraforming process. The lakes will form, moss will grow. I now have moss growing on the planet. Next up is flora. So the next stage in the terraforming process will put plants on the planet. I've started making biomass. So over here, you can see these guys are making biomass for me. Hydration level low. We'll go and get some water. So down here, I have a water collector, so I can just go and drink some water. And if I want to eat something, I just click on it and eat. And all this is done really well. These buildings, this kind of adds biomass to everything. So does this. That's why they're connected. This guy here, kind of, you could do fertilizer because you need, obviously, the more advanced resources and bioplastic nuggets and bacteria samples. And they build that. Over here's rocket. This is a really good bit of kit to have, because when you build a rocket, there's a GPS satellite which will give you better, like, visibility over where things go, but this will increase your biomass. So if you're making 100 biomass, this will increase it by 1,000%. That'll increase it by 1,000 on pressure, and that's 1,000 by heat. I've put about 3 of them up each, and now you can see how quick my terraforming's going up. This, before I launched the rockets, was at about 700. And then I put a load of drills down and launched one of them. And as you can see now, I'm doing 98,000. You unlock in stages. So as you can see, you start off like terraforming. You might unlock backpack T2, T3, and move on. Terraforming's where the most things to unlock is. So you can see seed spreader rocket when I get to 650, which isn't too far off now. So the next thing I'm going to unlock is pulsar quartz, which gives you loads of energy and can be converted into different things. I've heard. I'm looking forward to unlocking that. Oxygen, as you can see, I've only got one more thing to unlock, which is a tree spreader. Along here, one more thing, and along there, one more thing. You got power to think of as well. So you can see here, things take power. I've got 5 nuclear reactor T2s, which is giving me more than enough power. Before that, I needed 25 solar panels. That's a little map of your general area. And along there's just messages. You get messages as you kind of go through. We've got all the resources. Some of the advanced ones are these simians, uranium rods. So basically, when you get the uranium, you can come to this here, which is the craft T2, and make uranium rods, which will then go into your nuclear reactors, which will then give you more stuff. So see how kind of that natural progression here. Here's the heaters, which add heat. So you can see they're on 28.5. I've just unlocked T4, which is there, which does 538. So one of them is like 20 of them. That's pretty cool. And yeah, that is Planet Crafter. I don't want to show you too much because I don't want to spoil what's out there, because there's things to find and places to go. It's so good. The only negatives I've found, or what I'm kind of not enjoying, I think it needs to be a bit more of a threat. There is asteroids, but you just hide in your base like that and they can't do anything to you. Or your base, I would like to maybe see if they hit something, maybe they get damaged or repair. I would also like some sort, I know they have said there's going to be no threats in the game as such. They want more environmental threats, but nothing alive. But I think as you terraform the planet, maybe something should come alive, maybe some sort of creature, or even like a predator type creature that you'll never see. It may even never kill you, but I think there should be something there in the landscape to make you go, oh my god. Even though it might not do anything to you, I think that would be a really cool idea. But apart from that, I've not found many negative. It's not grindy. The graphics are quite nice. I love the way the planet changes with you as things grow. It gets better and more exciting, and you just see it grow. And that lake started off tiny, like a little bit of water, and then grew into this. And there's lakes everywhere. Like there's one over there now. There's a river running through it. It's just so cool. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Pick this game up. It's fantastic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.